Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV, doing a breaking news video right now. As we all are getting all this breaking news, I know the lads mentioned it in the uh, in the Champions League draw live that we did as well. So watch that one if you haven't, and the details of what teams we're going to play, where we're going. But the breaking news comes literally an hour ago, and I've been waiting for an hour to see all of the details and multiple sources coming out with, if they all say the same thing, then it has to carry the truth. And obviously, Fabrizio Romano, Ben Jacobs, Keith Downey, Craig Hope, everybody coming out of the woodwork now, all the reporters. Florian Plettenberg, first from Germany in the Bild, said that we are terms agreed, deal done right now for Woltemade. He is going to fly to Newcastle pretty soon. Let me give you some details on this whole situation. Romano saying, breaking news, Newcastle are closing in on Nick Woltemade deal. Here we go soon, as Craig Hope had reported. Craig Hope did say that was going to be, the Newcastle were pretty much closing in on that deal as soon as possible. There was an exclusive there. A lot of people saying, well, let's see what happens here and there. Keith Downey coming out with another one, exclusive. Newcastle have agreed a fee with Stuttgart to sign striker Nick Woltemade. It comes to be about £60.5 million, he says, plus 4.5 in add-ons, a club record £65 million in package, confirmed both Newcastle and sources in Germany from Sky Sports. So, we don't know yet. And then, boom, Fabrizio Romano with his famous, here we go. And he says, Nick Woltemade to Newcastle, here we go. Agreement in place with official bid accepted. Fee over 80 million euros plus add-ons. Medical in England in the next 24 hours, with travel being arranged right now. Long-term agreed with Woltemade, who says yes to Newcastle United. So that's another one confirmed. And then Ben Jacobs coming out with more information, says that the deal is worth from 70 million euros plus 5 in add-ons, 80 million altogether. Woltemade given permission to travel, having already agreed to the move. German international, I mean, we can always get into the little perks on what he can do, what can he not do. I think he's a really talented guy. And if we get this guy, which is already, it looks like we're going to, this very much indeed means, in my opinion, that Isak is as good as gone. I think that Alexander Isak will be going to Liverpool this weekend, or maybe as soon as Woltemade passes his medical. I think that Newcastle United will be starting negotiations with Liverpool. I hope it doesn't mean that. I really do. This is my selfish side, if you will, because I think that Isak has done us wrong, and I think he needs to pay for it. And I don't think this sets a good precedent on what other players can do. Now, keep in mind, I've been giving Dr. Umar crap about this because, ITK stuff, but he does know Al Walid. We know Al Walid. He lives in Saudi Arabia. He's known for being around the Saudis. He was with them, and he was right in front of Yasser Al-Rumayyan yesterday, I believe, somewhere around there. And he asked him, really straightforward, he asked him, is Isak leaving? And according to him, he does have the picture of him in front of Al-Rumayyan. According to him, he says that Al-Rumayyan said, no, he will not be leaving. He's staying. Now, whether that doesn't mean, in my opinion, I've always known, even if Isak is staying, we need to get a striker. And Woltemade, to me, is a proper striker, really agile with his feet, really good. I mean, I like him altogether. And I think that it could still mean that he stays based on punishment. Now, whether you agree or not, ultimately, he is contracted to Newcastle United. They do not have to sell him. And if they want to make a point that you're going to be sitting on the bench and we're not going to struggle because we got a striker, then that can also be something to talk about. I know that a lot of people are not going to be happy with, especially Liverpool fans that are always in our chats. But I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to happen. In my opinion, I think this is going to be evident that Isak is going to be leaving. I think that's going to happen anyway. Now, remember, Craig Hope is saying 35 minutes ago that Nick Woltemade is due on Tyneside tonight. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Moves for Johan Wissa and Jorgen Larsson are not over. Keep that in mind. Huge implications for Isak in Liverpool. The full story is going to be in his article, of course. Let me fix this thing before it falls down. But at the end of the day, he is saying the UN Visa deal and the Jorgen Strand Larsen deal is not over. That doesn't mean because we get Woltemade that we don't get the other ones. So I think it's going to be interesting what we do moving forward. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and of course smash the like button if you haven't already. Interesting from Ben Jacobs. Newcastle view Nick Woltemade. I don't know what his sources are, but he is saying that Newcastle view Nick Woltemade as an Alexander Isak replacement, and could still move for Yohan Wissa, who is seen as a Callum Wilson replacement. Wolves are not expecting Jorgen Strand Larsen to depart. So I think that the Larsen deal, if Wolves doesn't want to negotiate, we have to respect the team. They don't want to sell. Unlike what Liverpool has done to us, they don't give a damn. They keep tapping up the play, and they keep telling them to ag on what's, to keep disrespecting the club, basically, to push a move. Now, he might be right or he might be wrong. I don't know what Ben Jacobs' sources are with Newcastle. However, if he is right that they're telling him, yeah, he's here to replace Isak, that doesn't mean necessarily that we're going to sell him. It could, and I think that it might. I think it's a high probability that he will replace Isak, as far as meaning that we're going to sell him. But there is a small possibility that we got Woltemade, but we're still not going to sell Isak based on the pride and based on punishment. Because if we don't make a statement, that means we let other teams push us over, and that also means that any player can do whatever he wants and leave and get his way. Is that what this organization is going to be known for? We don't know. I think it will be. I think, unfortunately, we will have to give in to Isak wanting to leave in the ways that he has, especially in this bad way. We're going to have to give in. It sucks, but I think that's the way things have been handled in football before. Players usually have their way, usually. But will PIF be different? Will PIF decide otherwise? Is the rumors from Al Rumayyan telling fans and telling people around him that he is not going to be for sale, are those rumors true? We'll have to see. So watch this space for more. Now, last but not least, Ben Jacobs saying that Yohan Wissa is also still pushing to join Newcastle United, whose last bid was 35 plus 5 in add-ons, rejected by Brentford. So he still wants to leave. He still wants to come to Newcastle United. So which one is it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the comment section down below, because it's getting spicy. And at this moment in time, this is the last week. I think Woltemade comes in. He does the media crap tomorrow. Not crap. We always need the pictures and we need the videos. We need the stories. And I'm sure some old person from the Newcastle is going to have to say, oh, you're coming to a proper club, young lad, blah, 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 which I love. But after that, he's going to get the training, and I guarantee you Woltemade will be starting against Leeds. And if he doesn't, Eddie Howe, you better watch out for me, because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, man. Woltemade needs to start, because we need a striker, and we need 3 points. We already let go of other points. We cannot wait any longer. He needs to come in, and he needs to play. Please do not let me down. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to NUFC Talk TV. Your main one, your number one channel if you want Newcastle United content 24/7, multiple times a day. Always Newcastle United 24/7. Smash the like button. Hit the likes. Hit the likes, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member if you can. You get a lot of content. We'll see you on the next one, folks. Bye-bye.